Consistency versus perfection. Having perfect form. You do not need to have perfect form every time you work out. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's crazy. Let's see it. Hear me out. Hear me out. When people go and work out, having perfect form would be doing the exercise, like if you're working out, doing the exercise in the specific, the best form to do it. It's doing it's the standard universal way of doing a workout. That would be perfect form. Or you're really just doing anything, because you got perfect form with the sword. So basically, why did I make this video? Well, I made this video because I've seen a lot of people get all caught up about not having perfect form. People saying you didn't go down all the way, you didn't do one complete rep. Now, obviously, the pros of having good form are good form prevents injury. Obviously, you're doing it the right way, so it's going to be hitting the muscle exactly you want it. You're going to build muscle, and it prevents injury. I see too many people put too much emphasis on having perfect form, when in reality, being consistent in the gym is much more important. It's going to get you better results, actually, than just having perfect form. It's kind of like someone who obsesses over doing things the exact perfect way. It's actually a perfect example. So imagine if you went to get in shape, you would start eating healthy. Having perfect form in terms of eating is a healthy breakfast, salad for lunch, rice and chicken for dinner. But you see, the thing is, obviously, if you're so used to eating like a variety of foods, especially unhealthy foods, switching to that diet is not going to be easy at all. You know what I mean? It just won't work. And some days that's why you have cheat meals. Some days you're going to cheat on your diet. And you're obviously not going to stick to it 100% of the time. Now, when I started working out back in 2021, at the very end of 2021, I had my workout plan, and I've been doing it ever since. I stuck to that routine for 3 years. In fact, I still do it now. I still do the same workout routine that I did back then. So, what I did, obviously being a novice, I just did kind of the general workouts. Like, I didn't know about form or anything until years later. But the thing is, I made a lot of progress. I would say I made the most amount of progress in my change from about 2022 to 2023. In 2023, I actually had like a really nice physique. Obviously not where I am today, but it was pretty good. But that was before I started looking up things about like proper form and proper technique. It's far more important to stay consistent in the gym. That is what I learned from working out for 4 years now, is that it's far more important to be consistent rather than having perfect form. So when we graduated in your high school, this was around 2021, I graduated, and a lot of my classmates, they're obviously in shape. They're like, have a good physique. Like I said in the other video, I have the best physique out of everyone in my grade now. And the reason that is not because I did the exact perfect form every single time I worked out. For 4.5 years, I've been working out consistently. Obviously, I've been upping the rep count and upping the weight I could lift. And of course, I've been running more. But the thing is, essentially, is that the reason I'm more in shape than they are is because I've been consistent. I've been consistent in the gym. Consistency is what's going to get you results. It's not about perfection. The thing funny is that reaching perfection requires consistency. Okay? Like I mentioned with the food analogy, you make small changes at a time. In the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about, really the main point of the book is he's talking about how small atomic changes over time can lead to gigantic, gargantuan results. Even learning in school, to take it back to the school analogy, that's the reason why some people are better at other things than others. How do you think, if you play video games all day and you're really good at a game, how do you think you got so good at the game? It's because you played a little bit every day. And over a long course of time, you finally begin to understand it. You begin to learn it. Around 2024, like I said, that was when I started to see the perfect form epidemic. okay, of people starting to kind of critique that more. That was when I started to consume more fitness content. So I've only been posting since May. And at that time, I've gotten a lot of people commenting, oh, you're not doing perfect form. I didn't see you do any reps. But the thing is, I'm still building muscle. Now, the thing about this video, that's not to say you shouldn't care about form, and form just doesn't matter at all. But what I'm saying, the point that I'm getting at, is that it's far more effective. It's more important for you to stay consistent at something than be perfect. If you show up to the gym and give 100%, everything you've got, and the next day you're like too tired, you can't do anything, versus in another timeline, you show up and give 70%, and you do that day after day after day after day, and you don't skip any days, you don't miss any days, you're going to make more progress. That's what's more important about it. Consistency, not perfection. Perfection is a glass house. You're trying to keep it pristine and clear. It's far important to be durable and persistent, because that's what life is. Life is really a game of who's going to give up first. You, all the people in your friend group, even your family members, look around, who's going to stop working out first? Because the thing is, there are people in your family who are like, oh man, when I was younger, I used to play football and be in shape and lift weights. But then they stopped for some reason. They failed the endurance game. They might have had perfection, but they lacked consistency because they stopped. What we want to do is not fall off ever. And the key to never falling off is staying consistent, remaining consistent. The workout I do is obviously it's nowhere near the best workout in the world. I'm not always, exhausted at the end of a workout. I'm tired, but it's not, it's nowhere near David Goggins level. But the thing is, what it is it's consistent. You want to be able to maintain. Sometimes there's an off season where you're not bulking or cutting, or you're not, feeling up to it, but you're staying consistent in staying active. That's what I've been doing for 3 years straight, is remaining consistent. That is how you build muscle, and that's how you win. Because winning, again, you've heard people say, it is a marathon, not a sprint. How do you think you win a marathon? It's by keeping a steady pace. You don't burn out all your energy. And the thing is, you still do build muscle by training suboptimally. You don't need the the exact perfect way to do everything. And yes, I'm saying those things are good to know, but they're not ideal. So this is the actionable step I want you to take. So what you want to do is have good form, not perfect form. Obviously, if you want to target specific muscle, that's not to say never have perfect form. What I'm saying is stay consistent. Get to a point between perfection and consistency, and that's having good form. When you go work out, this is the actionable step. In your head, I want you to imagine yourself doing the push-up or the workout. Now, that might be obvious, it's like, well, yeah, I'm doing the workout. No, just kind of play it in your head. If a family member asked you, hey, can you show me what a perfect push-up looks like? You're going to do your best to do it. But it's obviously not going to be, the standard universal push-up that we would just show to everybody. It's just going to be what you think a good push-up is. Now, that is based on what actual good form of a push-up is. But the thing is, it's not, your arm was 3 degrees left, and so it's not a perfect push-up. That's not what that is, okay? That's your actionable step. I want you to imagine yourself doing the workout while doing it. And this is most important for beginners. As you get farther, you can obviously change and implement new things. But for beginners, what's most important is that you remain consistent, all right?